Good riddance, Ellen DeGenerate. G'day guys, this is Holy Critics signing in, and welcome back to one of my juicy little rants I've got for you today. And the person I'm going to talk about is Ellen DeGeneres. DeGeneres, because she's such a generous person. Haven't you seen one of her shows? Ellen loves to share those intimate moments with her audience, especially at the beginning of her show where she's walking down the aisles and high-fiving everyone, prancing around. Everybody feels like they're welcome and there's a positive aura in the air. And I guess that's why she's been so successful. She seems like a people person. But that's not what has been coming out in the last few months about her behavior. It's all hit the headlines about her bullying and her pedantic ways and her, the stories like you can't look her in the eye and you can't interact with her. Or when the cameras are shut down, of course, because while the cameras are on, she's got her painted smile and her little antics to distract you from her true face, her sociopathic side. And now that Ellen has been exposed for the fraud she is, conveniently she's decided to quit after next season of her show. Oh, but it's got nothing to do with the controversy, of course. No, she wants to hang up her boots. She's reached her creative pinnacle and she wants to seek greener pastures on the other side. Or so she'll have you believe. But I'd argue she never had any creativity to begin with because, well, she certainly ain't funny. Have you laughed at one of her jokes? Of course, her audience do, but they're a pack of trained penguins, so you can't expect a true measure of her skill and talent based on them. The article I'm about to read to you explains the real reason why Ellen was shown the door, and it's got nothing to do with morality and everything to do with money. Let's read on. When Ellen DeGeneres announced on Wednesday that next year's season would be the last for her eponymous talk show, it was hailed by some as the latest instance of a wayward celebrity being called by public outrage. The ratings for all broadcast television in the US are in decline, and last October it was reported that daytime chat shows had shed an average of 19% of their audience compared to a year earlier. But DeGeneres had suffered worse. With the September premiere of the latest season, on which she apologized and vowed to take responsibility for what happens at my show, down 37% compared to a year earlier. In March, Nielsen ratings figures showed Ellen had dropped even further, its audience shedding 1.1 million viewers, down from 2.6 million. Its key demographic, women under 54, were turning off too, with a decline of 38%. The backlash may have exacerbated the decline, but the truth is the numbers have been trending downward for years, from a high in 2014-15 of almost 4 million per episode. There were claims of sponsors abandoning the show and of celebrities becoming harder to book, though that may have owed much to the lack of content as to a collective cold shoulder. At any rate, only the most exacting could consider the recent lineup any less than A-list, with Pink, Keith Urban, Andra Day and Oprah Winfrey among those appearing. The online warriors might claim this decline as a victory, some going as far as to hand the laurels to actor Dakota Johnson, who called DeGeneres' bluff on a birthday invitation she may or may not have issued in 2019. But there are other possible, indeed likely, explanations. A tiring format that is facing fresh competition from Kelly Clarkson and Drew Barrymore, didn't even know she had a show. The absence of the live studio audience whose hooping and dancing was such a critical element of the show's appeal, the decline in ad and marketing spending by all businesses during the pandemic. But whatever the causes, the decline of Ellen would have hurt broadcaster NBC, for whom the show is a seriously expensive proposition. According to Forbes, her fee for hosting the show, which she does typically for 4 days a week, recording over 2 days, is around $50 million a year. What a rip. The total cost of the show, which is produced by A Very Good Production, an entity co-owned by DeGeneres and Warner Brothers Television, would be considerably higher. And there, ladies and gentlemen, is the real reason why. Took us long enough to get into it, didn't it? She's getting $50 million a year, and the studio isn't getting their return on investment. And that's what it's all about. Forget talent, forget morality. Do you bring in the money or not? Or hit the bricks, buddy, because your career's over. You're a has-been. But I'm sure you're going to hear all about it, because in the next day or two, Ellen is going to get interviewed by Oprah Winfrey. Yay! You know, fresh off the Harry and Meghan Markle debacle. And this one is going to be epic, because you're going to hear Ellen bitch and moan about how hard done by she is. She says here, I haven't asked her advice yet. Oh, but you know. But I'm sure she's going to say exactly what my agent did. Sit still for a while and figure it out. But look at her. She stopped and she didn't have anything to do again, and she's done a tremendous amount since then. So I don't think this is the end at all. It's the start of a new chapter. And hopefully my fans will go with me wherever I go. That being said, if I never do anything else again, I'm so proud of what this show stood for and still stands for, and what we've made it through together, you know. In explaining the details behind the ultimate decision to pull the plug on her show, DeGeneres told the publication that she simply didn't feel challenged enough anymore by the show. When you're a creative person, you constantly need to be challenged. And as great as this show is, and as fun as it is, it's just not a challenge anymore. Which side of the story do you believe, guys? Was she shown the door, or did she go out voluntarily? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. And drop a like on this video also if you enjoyed it. But either way, enjoy the rest of your day, and this is Holy Critic signing out.